Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. How are we doing? Hi, Juza. What do you mean, my calm? I am chaos. Don't you know? What is this? Or is it compared to yourself in that case? Condolences? Oh, hold on. There's something in the way. I can't put my feet down. Life in the studio. My vacuum is actually in the corner here because I don't know where else to put it. Let's see. Okay, Erin, be careful out there, please. Let me know if it's too loud outside because they did maintenance on the park, which means they also removed some shrubs to create a new path. And it's wet outside, and the sound carries very far on flat land. Plus, there's a pond in between. So, let me know if it's a bit of a bother, and I'll just close the windows. I'm trying to air out the house though because apparently it's 20 degrees in here. I woke up freezing. I don't know how it happened. Oh, what are we talking about? Hi, Milk. Hi, Sasquatch. What are you doing? Never stop reading Plato and Socrates. I have tried to read Plato, I would say in Dutch probably. Uh, but it wasn't the right time. I read a comment somewhere, someone saying, not to be mean, but if I had been like the third person to exist, I would have come up with the same theory. So why does this person get so much credit? I mean, that's just how it works, man. Okay, sorry. Good morning, Scraticus. I took away the warning, by the way. And Yeah, I do want to talk a little bit. It's silly that I didn't think about it yesterday, but we're going to talk about Alan, if you know what I mean. A little bit, because of yesterday's stream. Plato was known to flex to win some arguments. He was a philosopher. I'm sorry, I cried this morning. I have to warm up a little bit. More important than the what? The what? The what measuring contest? What do you mean? Yes, this is true. People rarely talk about women philosophers because women have been systematically deleted from history, haven't we? And that's a bit sad, but we can change that for the future, hopefully. Good morning, Garfield. How are we doing? How are we feeling? I'm okay, as well as I can be. I am going to work on rebuilding the Excel sheet that I had for all the submissions, the book club submissions. I don't know what happened, but I can't find it anymore. It seems to have been deleted. I probably did it myself. I don't know how because the map that I put it in, I didn't delete that. It's just gone. So the sad part is I can't just look into it and tell you who submitted the book. Also, the books that we have had. I mean, I can check that in Discord actually, but yeah, I've lost everything and I have to rebuild it. Luckily, I have two lists. Oh, it really is loud. I have two lists. One on my personal Goodreads and one on the cherrypies Goodreads with all the submissions. So I'm just gonna rebuild it, but that's gonna take some time, and I guess that's what I'm gonna do because I do have a bit of trouble focusing still. Um, and I'm just gonna do the things that I can do, which is what I always say to you as well. It doesn't really matter whether you're just here to breathe, or you're doing something very small, or you're very productive. All that matters is that you show up for yourself and for each other. That's what we're doing today. Uh, Hopefully. Not to be mean, but you're badass. I hope you're doing well as everyone else. Ah, Skulcha. Thank you. You are too. You're all badass. I promise. I'm not too shabby. Thank you. Work and have coffee. Me too. And enjoying it. Winston is a little bit angry at me because we couldn't go for a walk this morning. My alarm went off and it was raining really, really hard. Now, I could have gone out and have him angry at me in a different way because he blames me for the weather, as Bo also did when I used to go out with Bo. But I decided to just stay in bed and sleep a little longer because I slept really bad. I have an Excel sheet where I put in like the title, the author, and who submitted it, and also if it was submitted several times, I would just add the name to the submission. I didn't actually put multiple post-its in the jar, so I could keep track of who submitted it and whether it had already been picked. I also gave it a different color if I had already read it myself, so I could just really quickly see in one space what was up with book club. But and also I had in there, and that sucks. That sucks the most because I don't have a backup of that. But the submissions that I rejected, I also had a different tab for. So if someone asked what happened to my submission, I could explain why, because it could be several reasons, either because I didn't feel like it was suitable, or maybe it was no longer in print and available, or it was available but very expensive. So that sucks that I lost that. But the base, I have two separate lists online on Goodreads, so the base I can just rebuild, and I guess when we pull a book, I can just add the name to the Excel sheet again. But the ones that have been pulled already, I mean, that's on Discord, I just said, so it doesn't matter. Hi, Loop. How are you doing? Might be able to write script that can rewrite it for you if you don't mind sharing. Oh, well, actually, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. But Winston, no, 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 no. We talked about this. We are going to be calm and collected today because I really need that. Hey, so you can have zoomies. You can have all the candy that you want today. But we're not gonna be bullying anyone, okay? I know. I think he hit his head. He has he. Sometimes he's too wild and he'll just run face first into a door. I think he hit his chin. Are you okay? What's happening? Did you eat something that you're not supposed to eat? He stole a little chili chip from me yesterday. He seemed to enjoy it, but let's not do that. But to answer your question, Scrodius, I thank you that you want to do that. It's really sweet. But I think I kind of need a very simple task to keep my mind busy at the moment. So I don't really mind. I mean, it sucks that I lost certain aspects of that list, like when it was submitted and stuff, because it was quite detailed. I'm a bit obsessed with information, but I kind of need it. I kind of need something simple. I couldn't read yesterday. I was just crying. I did look back the stream and I counted 10 times. What am I talking about? Yesterday, the main subject that I needed to talk about was the 540 sign, which is something that people do when they are in desperate need of help and can't get out and don't know how else to ask for help. And the reason they give that sign usually in public is because there is no one and nowhere safe. And I have a very good reason to want to promote that, because it seems like, men's mental health is not taken seriously to begin with, but um, I'm talking about this person. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you've heard of the case, and there is so much evidence that he gave out this sign in variations. It doesn't have to be this, it can just be someone doing very obviously this and then hiding it. It can be just once. And this person had he was taken away from us by very powerful people, allegedly, and they are trying to erase his existence, and they are censoring every attempt to raise awareness, like instantly. It's like systematically. It's like they put bots on certain words, which is why I was afraid to say it out loud. I know on chat is probably also a stupid thing, but I guess because I put these streams on YouTube as a VOD, I'm kind of hoping that I won't get censored or shadow banned, because I I was shadow banned for on Instagram. Actually, I'm not sure if it's still. I kind of feel like it's still happening, because I am still, um, liking stuff and sharing stuff, and interacting with stuff about Gaza. So I have to be careful if I want to continue reaching people. If I want to continue making sure that people listen. It's just the sad fact that you have to be careful with how you bring it, and to fool the algorithm and the people that might want to silence you. So I should, if I talk about this person, I'm going to say Alan from now on. And there's two reasons why I didn't do that yesterday. One, I don't like the fact that this remnant of colonization is still happening. It's really not that hard to try and pronounce someone's name. Why do these people who have supposedly exotic names have to, why do they have, we don't do that for them, right? So why? I don't like that. But in this case, I think I'm going to say it like that. I think I'm going to say, Alan. Hi, Evie. How are you doing? Long time no see. Hope you're doing okay. No. You have been denied. Your access have been no. Be angry. You can be angry. I don't care. I really don't care. Thank you. Please, again, don't look into too many details. If for one, if the dark web videos that are supposedly going around find their way in your sphere, please don't. For one, out of respect for Alan. Two, I have been scarred by certain things that I did see, and I'm not actively looking at trying to find these things. I have been trying to find backlog and trying to save things, because he is still being actively erased. Also on YouTube, things that I saved are gone now. So I am trying to collect stuff of his existence to save it in a place that is not online. Certain videos specifically that were brought up in Rotten Mango's episode, because I wanted to see myself and the entire videos, not just the snippets that were shown, and I have found those, and I have made several backups of those, because that's evidence. This is evidence of what has happened. It wasn't an accident, and it has several of the alleged suspects have been seen wearing charms against evil spirits. There is talk about people running away to different countries, being in hiding. If it was an accident, I feel like you don't have to hide. In fact, I feel like you're in mourning and you are going to speak out about how much you miss this person. But instead, there's censorship. And that alone is just suspicious. Why do you need to hide the entire life of this person? And why are people not even allowed to talk about the strange extreme weather that happened a few days after this supposed accident? Because apparently there was this massive, insane hailstorm. I saw footage of it, and it's wild. And then these weird clouds that popped up that looked like eyes in the days after he was taken away from us. And the people are very over there are spiritual, and they do believe in these things. So yeah. My life is interesting, but I'm getting by. It's lovely to see you. It's lovely to see you too, Evie. Please take care of yourself. Trust your gut, all right? And don't let them get to you. Am I right in thinking this is kind of similar to this recent kick streamer death, although perhaps more sinister and more obvious? I don't know what that is about. But one of the things that I keep thinking about is a few years ago, there was this Asian streamer. I'm not sure what country. I don't remember. Vincent, I swear to God. Not today. Not today, really. I can't. I don't want to cry again on stream. I'll do that after. There was this Asian female streamer who uh, decided to take the boat to the hereafter life. She drank something on stream, and I now and back then I already believed that she didn't choose to do that. That's a snuff. That's snuff. What the hell? So this goes very deep, and I think that the death of this person, of Alan, is going to open up hell. Yeah, that's basically it. So, because this man has for at least a decade was sending out signals to try and get help because he couldn't get out. The moment he was signed, he was kind of dead, because he came from a poor background, and he didn't have any safety. Like the the people that were there at the last party that he was at were all like from elite families and stuff, very powerful. Um, so that's why I mean I talked about it yesterday extensively, and I don't need to repeat myself. But the main thing I need you to take away is that I need you to talk about the 540 sign and what it means, and add to that it's not for kids and women alone, because I have seen ads for the 540 sign, but they all include a man as the bad guy and a woman or a child, usually female child. I don't even remember male children in these ads, and that is wrong. Men are just as susceptible to danger, and we need to talk about that, because if I have I have I found several videos very, 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 very clearly does that sign behind his back, the classic way, how you usually see it in the ads. And that breaks my heart, because he did that for years. He tapped out SOS on multiple occasions, and I have just seen snippets. I didn't see the hundreds, if not thousands, of hours of live streams, public appearances on TV, not to mention all the footage that was taken by the fans that would meet him in places. Just think about the accumulation of evidence that is being erased, and how powerful you need to be to do that, to within seconds not just delete content regarding to this person, but content that is alluding to this person, comments, complete websites, accounts have been deleted, forums have been deleted. It's insane, and that is sus. If it was an accident, why not? Why are you doing this? What is the point? So I tested it out yesterday. Basically, I in the first hour or so, I gave the sign in several ways, as subtle as I could, and then we talked about it, and it wasn't noticed, and that's a good thing, because I feel like that means that you have not had, hopefully, the need for such a sign, and that is a good thing. I would never want someone to respond to this case as I do, and the reason I do is because I have a sliver of experience of what he went through, really just like a drop of water in an entire ocean of pain and horror. So it really gets to me that he was screaming for help for over a decade and no one saw. And two reasons are to be blamed, and one is that he was famous. So whatever he said, like, I haven't eaten in 2 days, was just taken as, he must be dieting, even though he probably weighed just the same as I do at the end, especially, even though he was like a head taller than I am. And there are so many signs that no one saw for his fame, probably, but also because he's a man. So you can see through the years his character just break, and his enthusiasm die out, and the light in his eyes is just dimming slowly but surely. And no one saw. They just assumed that it had to do with the fact that he had fame and he must be just cool. But no, he was scared. He was scared for his life. And he He was right. So I look back how many times I got in the sign. Um, and I got 10 of them in, which is interesting. But I did want to bring up two more things because I forgot to mention that there were two other things that I did to kind of signal that maybe something's wrong. One of them was my title was a bit weird. For one, I had put cozy between two of those. What are those? Not those, but just the one, not brackets. Do you know what I mean? I had the cozy part was between, as in it's not going to be cozy, and then the title itself was darkness shows the light and it's never been brighter. And if you think about that, it's not about brightness, it's about darkness. And apostrophes, yes, single quotes. Thank you, Scraticus. You're so much smarter than I am. One that should have been really obvious, because I lost followers. I noticed that I lost followers. People saw it pop up and they decided probably to just be like, yo, that's not what I'm here for. I gave a content warning. I hope it's gone now because I forgot to turn it off before I went live. I thought that was just something you have to do every day, but it seems like you have to delete that again. But those are also things that I put out that are not consistent with my usual content. And it was a test. And I hope that the experience of me doing that makes an impression. And I hope that you will talk about the sign. And I do want to find a way to talk about Alan more, because I don't want him to be forgotten for lots of reasons. Just to be clear, I didn't even know this man existed until last week. So I'm not like a fan. I haven't seen any of his movies or whatever, but it hits me. Yeah, I forgot to turn it off. But it was for yesterday, because yesterday I was trying to find out, because he gave out so many signs that he was in danger during live streams and just everywhere, really, whenever he could. But he was being he was under surveillance 24/7, and his alleged manager doesn't have any manager background. In fact, he has a underground background. He has a criminal background. What is he doing next to this gentle, kind soul 24/7? And why, when this supposed manager does this to pass him, does this man do that? Why? I know now, and a lot of people do, but it's being hidden, it's being censored. And the reason it's important to talk about this is because this goes back to the people that are in power, and it's basically the Epstein case of that part of the world. And we have to keep talking about that list. The people that are on that list need to be known, and they need to be taken. I know, stop it. They need to be punished for what they did. And the same goes for what they did to Alan. But the thing is, Alan isn't the only one. It's a known fact that there are shady things going on in that business over there. And in fact, I have reason to believe that it is the men in that part of the world who are in more danger. And it's the women who are the... Are you okay? That went wrong. And the women who are dangerous. So I do want to continue talking about that a little bit. I'm so sorry if you're not interested in that, but this is really important to me. Mostly because it's one of those cases that is going to change the world, and it's a way to make sure that what he went through isn't in vain. You know what I mean? But it's interesting to me that I had that warning up and I lost followers. So there's people who see that, and instead of being like, that's weird, she doesn't do that normally, instantly unfollowed. I get that. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have done that, but What do you think that means? Right? Going to try and spread awareness of this. Thank you so much, Evie. This really means so much to me. Oh, you thought, see, we rationalize, and that's what happened with this man. They rationalized why he said he hadn't eaten in 2 days. Well, he did mukbangs in the beginning. He loves food, and in the end, he was always talking about how he didn't eat, and he would, but he didn't. So we rationalize things, and we shouldn't make assumptions. Trust what someone says. People show their true colors, and that goes both ways, good and bad. Right? It's interesting to listen to. To me, or what? Oh no! What did you say? I'm sorry, Loop. Could you tell me what this kick streamer is about, because I do want to know. Um, but that isn't to say that we're not gonna. Oh, well, okay, good. Um, I mean, I'm going to continue. If it's not what you want to hear, then I am sorry. I am really sorry, and I'm not gonna continue. That's not the only thing we're gonna talk about, but it's it is something that I won't shut up about, and I will not blame you if you don't need this in your life. You're very much allowed to take care of your own mental health, and you should, right? But we're going to try and move forward and try and make sure that what happened wasn't in vain, and that we dismantle the world that made it possible. And that world is a world where we small people stay quiet. Don't stay quiet. If you can, if you are able to, because if you're not able to, if you're unstable yourself, you're not going to do anything. You're just going to break. If you're able to, do what you can. We all have a role to play, and that doesn't always mean standing up for something. Sometimes that means taking care of yourself so you can do something in the future. Right? Okay, I am going to mute myself. I'll keep an eye on chat a little bit more today, because I'm going to work on rebuilding the book club list in my Excel sheet, and yeah, let's just make the best of it. I love you, okay? You're important. Even if you don't think so, you are. You never know who looks up to you and who needs you. Okay, let's get to it. Last minute. Welcome back. We are taking a 10-minute break and then we're doing another sprint. How did it go? Let me see. Let me refresh again because. Hello? Can we not? Please. I gave you catnip. I gave you candy. I gave you a different toy. A toy with catnip. I can't get. This is it. So if you continue, I am going to have to take measures. I don't know what, but I'll find a way. Maybe he's jealous. Maybe he wants a new. I could give you the sweater, but it doesn't fit. I got him a sweater. It's still over capacity. Has anyone ever seen Goodreads over capacity? I don't think I've ever had this. No, usually they'll just have the zoomies for like 5 minutes and then they'll go sleep. But this is just stupid. Winston is just in a mood because we didn't go for a walk. But listen. I could have tried. I could have gotten up at 5 and got all dressed up. Well, I just put on stuff over my pajamas, but never mind that. And stood in the doorway, and he would have been pissed at me for the rain because apparently I am the reason it rains. But I didn't want to. Also, I just was very tired because I haven't really been sleeping well in the last few days, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna stay in bed because if I can hear it rain in my bedroom, it's boring. It's really boring. He won't want to go outside. He's not ready. We're working on it. I might have to find or maybe make him a raincoat of some kind. I'm trying to work it out. But I did get him a sweater. I want to actually. Put it in under the Christmas tree, but I don't know where I would put my Christmas tree because it's gotten quite full. But yes, I got this because I wanted to have an idea of how I could make a pattern for myself to make something myself, but it also came with bow ties. I did try it on and technically it fits, but this is just too tight. He needs more room, so I need to fix that. But yeah, I want to give this, I have from the beginning that I lived on my own. Having a Christmas tree has always been important. Wait, is the thingy next to the candle a Pokemon? Oh no, I don't know. It's just a cheap thing. I don't. It used to give light, but I didn't. I no. um, but I would before in the month before Christmas I would collect just small things, little presents, but mostly for the cats. And I've done this since I moved out on my own, and usually by the time, right, Evie, what the hell is happening? Do you have the same, or is it just me? Because that would be mean. Anyway, this is one of the things that I got for Winston to put under the Christmas tree, and on Christmas morning I unpack the Christmas presents for my kitties, and I have a nice breakfast, usually with French toast and just lots of very unhealthy things that I'd like to indulge in, like lasagna, but with so much cheese that it's more cheese than lasagna. So I've always made a thing of Christmas, even though I'm not like religious in that regard. I think it's just a nice way to bring some light into the darkness. Plus, I just love Christmas trees. I love the lights. Yeah. But I think maybe he's jealous because Too's got a new bow tie. Well, a new ribbon. What is it called? It's not a ribbon. A bow? Just a bow? And just really cute. I could try to give him the green one, but he's currently looking at all the birdies. The chickadees have come. Usually they come around this time. It's interesting. And because I prevented the the maintenance people from maintaining my ecosystem. My corner of this compound thingy is currently the only place where they can safely sit. I don't get it because I understand that it looks a mess for a lot of people, but actually, when flowers die, they leave seeds. That's food for the birdies. So they've been going insane in my little garden. I love it, and Winston loves it too. But I think he tried to catch one and bumped his face into the window. He must have because he has a huge bump on his chin. Silly kitty. I think I eat 90% cheese in December. Same, same. Cheese, everything. Cheese and sugar. Cheese and sugar are my. Yeah, it's bad. I know, but also it's Christmas and you're allowed. Oh gosh. Hi Palmer. I didn't see that you follow. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Uh, I think I missed some things as well. My newest cat is obsessed with water. He'll put his whole front legs into the water bowl and splash around and then jumps in with it sopping wet paws. I've never had a cat who liked water. That is so funny. That is so funny. I love that. Please try to keep it alive because that's so curious. Winston isn't a fan of wetness. There was one moment during I think that was 2 weeks ago or something. It had rained during the night, so the path was muddy, and usually he walks through the grass, but for some reason that day he was walking over the path and he put his paw in mud and he jumped up, and then he got so upset he wanted to go home. He's silly. He's silly. Um, all right, I have a few more minutes. As you may know, I have been talking about the 540 sign, the sign for help. And I have had the question from several people actually. I've been thinking about it since yesterday, as Graticus, for example, gave me a message in particular. And what do you do if you see that in public? If you see that someone is giving you the help sign, um, and I don't know the answer because um, I haven't seen it in public myself. And I think it heavily depends on the situation. But I think no, I don't think I would like your help with that. If you find that you're thinking about it, and you think you have a solution for a certain situation, I would love for you to share it either here on in chat when we're live or on Discord, so we can figure it out together because I truly don't know. I just know that it starts with awareness of the sign that it exists. And my hope is that if enough people know about it, when someone jumps in, others will follow. But in my experience, I've had a few very wild experiences where I jumped into a situation as a 5'1" tiny woman to break up a fight. Well, basically someone being beaten. I would jump in between, and because I, as a small tiny woman, um, should not be the one to do that. Especially if there's men around, those men will get triggered into needing to help, either because they want to save me or because their egos get a little bit dented. So I know that. I swear to God, I need to try the soapy water. I didn't think about it yesterday. It's getting worse. Stupid flies. But I know that when someone jumps in, usually others will follow. Not always, but usually. So it looks like the jumper has holes. So if it not fit, you could put it over your head as a Halloween mask. That's scary. It's for his legs. It's for his little paws. Maybe I'll make some. I don't have a water bottle. I'll get a water bottle. Oh wait. Uh, Dutch biscuits. They're shaped like a windmill with spices. Huh? You mean on the packaging there's a windmill? Because then I think you're talking about stroopwafels, and they are delicious. I recommend putting them on your tea so the sticky stuff in the middle gets a little bit soft and it gets hot. It's delicious. It makes me question if it's just an example or at least it's doing a job and I'm aware of it now. Um, if I don't talk about a sign of distress and you see me nervously making a sign of distress, there's something wrong. But I am talking about it. I am thinking about trying to find a way to practice it. But in that case as well, um, say I do it without talking. No, we need to talk about that in like in a good way and not like this. Maybe at the end. But I do think it would be interesting to try and practice it together, right? To see if you notice it. But that is for another moment. Around message call screening, the police seems logical, but what if they just make a minor investigation to say it's not worth acting and abuse gets worse in private? Yeah, exactly. It's so complicated. It's so incredibly complicated. And but I can't come up with a solution on my own. We're gonna have to do this together, and I am sure that we will find something. Right? Who is bothering me, Riku? Let's not. This is not about me. I am okay. I am okay. I am safe. And even if there's something going on, it's not important at this time. Okay? You could use garlic if you use water too. If you have some garlic, I have garlic. I don't know if using garlic on plants safer than soap. I guess I'm assuming. But when I was growing up, my lessons was way better at diffusing situations than I ever could be. I did martial arts, I looked double hard and all of that, but it just made confrontations more likely to land me in trouble. Yeah, it's like taking a gun will get you, shut down sooner because there's an escalation device instead of a de-escalation something. That would mean that he stays out of the plant, though, Wisdom, because hi, Wisdom. I need him to stay out of this plant. It's a huge plant now, and I think he also wants to dig in the sand. But he only does that when I'm streaming, so I don't know. Unless said gun is shaped like a trumpet. Yes, I guess. Okay, I'm going to keep refreshing Goodreads. Page unavailable! Why? Why? What? Why is Goodreads dying? What's happening? Oh, this is bad. I mean, I have other things to do, but I kind of wanted to do simple things. I guess I'm being forced to just do my job. Okay, let's go. Let's get to it. We are going to go into a sprint. I'm going to mute myself so you can enjoy your own music. Maybe just sit in silence for a little bit. I have been sitting in a lot of silence to listen to my own thoughts. Sometimes you need that. But if you want to stay in chat and just hang, that's completely fine. That would actually help me out a little bit. So, I'm going to shut up, try to do some work, and yeah, good luck. last minute. Second sprint done. Winston, uh, yeah. So during our walks, we there's a black neighborhood kitty, and that kitty is kind of always outside. And in like last months, we've been slowly but surely getting closer to that kitty, or more like we noticed that. Well, I noticed first. Winston had no clue until the cat was like in his face, but it has been following us around from the beginning that we took walks, and I would see him in the distance and he would just follow us, but he's been getting closer and closer, and we've had even a few moments where he came up to play with us. It's really cute. And he just comes by to say hi, but because Vincent just cannot go outside on his own for so many reasons. If only because I know for a fact that there is someone in the neighborhood who hates cats, because that exact kitty was thrown against its owner's window in the middle of the night. So if only for that reason. But also he is like the embodiment of squirrel, but he will also just start running or jumping. He would kill himself within a day. So that's why I need to take him for walks. But yeah, when this kitty shows up, it's always like, oh my god! If Tu sees him, she goes berserk. She's not violent, but with that, no, she's like, I'm already second in she is not, but she feels like she's second. You already have to share my attention with this bully of a kitten, and now there's another cat who wants to move in. What is happening? So I get it. I get why she's pissed, but Winston just wants to play, and I get that. So it's interesting. It's never boring here, I tell you. 30, how are you doing? And let's bound. Hello, that is, what is that? Fireworks? I'm just going to keep it at fireworks. I love eyebrows. Also, I want to welcome Big and Tavrian. Welcome in. Thank you for the follows. How are we doing? I'm glad to hear that, 40. I'm very glad to hear that. I didn't clear my cookies or cage or whatever you call it, and it's working again. So no, I didn't have to do it. Goodreads is working. So I'm rebuilding the submission list. I lost everything. I don't know what happened. I probably just panicked because the laptop that I used to edit the YouTube videos on died. Well, it didn't die, but it's it had a near death experience when I was editing. So I lost a lot of stuff, and I had to in a panic restart editing everything, and I had a deadline in my head that I really want to keep at. So I had to move to Mac, but I didn't have any room on Mac, so I tried to clean up the things that I didn't need. And even though I didn't touch the folder that the work stuff is in, it's gone. But just the Excel sheets, it's so weird. But everything else is still in there. I don't get it. But anyway, it's fine because I have a very my head is very filled with things and connections and sadness. So I need a simple task. So I guess everything happens for a reason, and this is exactly what I need to just be busy and to keep going. Because if you sit still, even though that is very important, feeling your emotions, going through them before trying to unravel what is happening, it's very important to feel them. But at the same time, you have to make sure that you keep doing the important things, which is taking care of yourself. And for me, that is a huge part of that is trying to keep my mind busy, because otherwise I stop eating. I've had a lot of trouble eating in the last few days. I don't sleep. So I need a simple task. And it's working again. Goodreads wouldn't load. It said it was over capacity. What the hell? But it works again. And I didn't have to delete anything. So, joke's on you. Aw, that is so sweet, Les Bound. I'm glad to see you here as well. You're going to therapy? I am glad to hear that too, 40. Hi, Whippy. It's been a while. You have been making a lot of progress. I'm so proud of you. I'm doing okay. Isn't it Excel or Google Sheets? You might be able to recall it. No, it was just on my just Excel. Do you recommend moving to Google Sheets? I might do that actually. That might be a good idea. What have I been up to? Just reading, working. I've started my YouTube adventure, which is very exciting. Um, the latest video is up. Um, I'm undecided about what I'm gonna upload this week. I was gonna do. I'm just gonna say it. I was supposed to do a read with me in the wild, which basically means I wanna do ambient videos where I go to locations and sit outside, preferably somewhere in nature. But I would also like to, once I have the confidence to, like, call like museums, for example, and ask, could I do this thing, this project that I'm working on? But I first have to build up some evidence of what it is. And I do have some locations also for when it's bad weather. I have like a waterproof picnic blanket, and I have a great mug to take with me now. But yeah, the last week didn't really go as planned, so I'm gonna do that this week. But I might actually make another video too, so I don't get into trouble, because I want to keep uploading on Fridays, uh, and I have to travel quite a bit for the first location that I have in mind. So I'll have to see. I have to see how I'm gonna do that. Yeah, proof of concept, exactly. Oh, I completely forgot that there's a name for that. Thank you, Whippy. Almost done with it. We're getting closer to the end. I am so excited to see it. You're great. You're doing great. It could be a way to restore from Excel Gauge. Let me remind myself of the interface. It's been a minute. It's been a few weeks though that it happened. Like, it happened with the first video. The first video I made for YouTube, everything that could go wrong went wrong. Um, I also haven't been able to use well, I tried, but I was afraid to use the mics that I got from Loop, that I was gifted by Loop, because I'm just very, I'm really struggling in my mind at the moment, and I have to make sure that I do the things that I can handle without, messing it up, because if I mess up in a way that is going to break my brain, I don't have the energy to keep myself together. So, you have to be careful with how I do it. Oh, good luck with your meetings, Radigus. You saw it? Oh no, with me. It's still a bit weird. I know I want to do this. I'm so excited, and but also I have a very bad self-image, and for the longest of time, I was terrified of being seen, like actually seeing me, right? Not the mask, not the thing that I presented, because I knew that was, people wanted to see that. I am slowly learning to truly actually not mask at all. And being excited about silly books and stuff is part of that, because I was bullied for, I come from the time where being a nerd was dangerous, because you could get like beaten up for it. I had glasses and I didn't know fashion. I didn't know I was autistic, so I just had a lot of things working against me. So it's a bit therapeutic to do the YouTube thing. Just like this has been very therapeutic, I have to say. Um, do you know who else in the museum thinks Nicolas Cage? What do you mean? Really? I love him. What do you mean? I want to get into painting. I want to get into painting as well. I have an easel, and I still want to do a live Bob Ross thing without pausing. I think that would be very funny. But I don't have like oil paints. I have gouache, but I haven't had time. Right, Loop? I love museums, and I would love to have So imagine me. What the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to like a meadow, spread out my stuff, my picnic stuff, and just sit and film myself reading for like an hour. And it's gonna be an ambient read with me, and that's gonna be something I want to do monthly. But Even though the editing would be really simple of that because there's virtually none unless people come up to me and talk, and I don't want to have people in there. It would distract from the point of the video. But I'm assuming that there's not going to be a lot of editing in there. But I do have to travel and get there. Nicolas Cage. Happy little trees. Yes. All right. I didn't warn you, but we're going into a power hour. Uh, I am working on rebuilding the submission list for our book club. Let me know what you're up to as well. If you want to just chill and chat, that would be a great help and comfort to me. So you do what you need to do today. But I will be muting myself so you don't hear it when, for one, Winston goes berserk, and for two, if I am talking negatively to myself, because you shouldn't do that. So I won't give you that example either. All right, good luck, and I'm going to see you in an hour. Last minute. Ah, 1 second. 1 second. Let me write this last name. How did it go? Welcome back. That was the power hour. Um, I have made it to number 61 of over 150. So it's not bad. It's not going that bad. I do also still include the ones that we've already had because I just kind of need to keep track of that. um, but it's going well, I'd say. Toos was giving Winston a very scary stare a little while ago. I'm not sure why, but that was very interesting. I mean, yeah. Oh, he wants to give kisses. Be nice. Keep being nice. I know she growls, but just ignore the growls. Okay, well, maybe stop now. I think Winston, no, no, it's okay. You're a good boy. Winnie, you're a good boy. Yeah, I know. She's grumpy, but that is because as a kitten, you did attack her quite often. Out of nowhere. You know, consequences. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Just be nice. Don't. She's done. Listen. Good boy. Toulouse, don't be a biatch. Thank you. Can we just... I feel like the alarm is somehow triggering them to be annoying. Is it just me? God dang it. Well then, Wisdom, you're on a roll, aren't you? Hi, Scraticus. How was your meeting? I sometimes catch my kitten staring at me like Damien from the classic Omen movies. Ah! I sometimes, like, Winston gives me the stare as well. He'll be looking like... And I'm minding my own business. What did I do wrong? The cats are scary sometimes. But also, I couldn't live without them. They make life interesting. What did you think? Just pets in general, and animals in general. Cats, can't live with them, can't live without them. No, it's okay. It's so funny because there's certain titles that I recognize. Uh, for example, because someone has a certain focus on a subject like Second World War. Or the unhinged books that were added, and those I recognize. Who submitted Pele? Because I just logged Pele. Does anyone remember? I want to know who was it. But yeah, the books that Ox submitted, most of them I recognize as well, which is really silly. I feel like. Winston and Toulouse chat equivalent of Twitch chat. Yeah, actually, this is true. I could see it like that. Maybe that will help. It's frustrating sometimes though because I want to give them attention. But I'll have to do that in a little bit because we're going to do one more sprint. Who's up for it? Blue, thank you so much for the resub. A year? A whole year? I'm afraid that I should probably make more cupcakes. I should probably look into that. I hope I can do that tonight. I'm not sure. I'll have the energy. You gifted a book though, right, Blue? Which one was it? But because I am unsure and I lost all my info and I don't understand why. Oh wait, that one is showing up. Yes. Oh, okay, good. Wait, thank you. It came in. It's over there. I can't reach it right now. Is it? No, it's over here. It's in my stack that I need. Hopefully this week, because I have decided to use this one for my first reading in the wild video for YouTube. So it's perfect, perfect timing. Thank you so much. Really happy with that. I need it. I need something cozy. I'll survive the spooky books, the books that I'm still reading. Oh man, but I need cozy really desperately. And I think I only have sad books left in my physical TBR. Sad and difficult books. It doesn't seem that long at all, Blue. It's wild. This year has just been, I don't know. This has been an interesting year, but I say that every year. So it's life be lifing. Um, yes, we're gonna do one more sprint. See how far I get. I'm a bit tired from all the spanks. She wanted a lot of... You can see her face when I take the timer away, right? Because I realized that you don't even see what I see when I give her spanks, since the mirror is here. And it's so funny. It's so funny. Wait, what? Winding down. Just as sure. Oh, okay. Um, that's why Wisdom said that. Yeah. Unfortunately, people often kind of stop thinking where they stop being paid. Is my experience, which is really interesting. I don't know. I think that's an interesting phenomena. That's probably just me. I spent the week adding fun memes to the remarks and renaming window names and such fun things. Still get messages about that from old colleagues who take years to notice them. But you see, people don't pay attention. People are just kind of, I don't know, autopilot. I feel like a lot of people are on autopilot. And I don't quite understand why. But my gut says that probably means, and I say this in a loving way, I can say it in a derogatory way, but in this case, I feel like it means that people need something outside of work, like a hobby, like something that makes them happy, just because, not because they're getting paid or because they get attention or whatever, but just for yourself. I feel like if you don't have something like that in your life, you might find yourself like 30 years later and your life is gone. You know what I mean? It's so important to do something for yourself, and even like if you read, even if it's just 1 or 2 pages on your way to work or before you go to sleep. If you draw, even if it's a silly sketch, I don't know. I think it's so important to have something that is just for you and that isn't performative. But if I think back on the people I've known and still know, a lot of people just don't have that. They end up watching, like, doom scrolling or watching something stupid on well, not stupid, but you know what I mean, on Netflix or whatever, and kind of just dissociating. And I get that because life sucks. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's very important to have something for yourself, just really for yourself. My new hobby is learning Swedish words from cherrypies. No, I have Swedish national TV in the background often to get used to the cadence, because I can't find the place where it is in the throat or in the mouth. It sounds like the Swedish words are often right here. Does this make any sense? To me, languages are in a certain part of the mouth and a certain part of the throat or even chest. And I cannot figure out where to use my vocal cords for Swedish. So I have, hi Longfellow, how are you doing? I have Swedish TV on in the background so I can, just like I learned English, really. I learned English from watching TV and reading subtitles. And that word for corner, which is hernie, basic horny, it comes down to, but you write it H-O with the umlaut R-N-I. But basically, you know, combine that with the word for ending, end, or closing, which is a bad word. What is this language? Oh, but that does remind me, I still haven't gotten new, like, pencils. I still have the watercolor pencils, and they're not really doing the job, so I need to get new ones. Um, yeah. Hi, T. How are you doing? Oh gosh, we're going into the last print. Elements. Yeah, Swedish has kind of tonal elements that which can be difficult. Yeah, there's a that there is there, but I don't know how to use that in words. It's so difficult. So yeah, I have to listen to it a little bit more. And um, if I find more interesting words, I'll share them. But I'm going to mute myself now for a little bit. I am working on rebuilding the book club submission list because I guess I deleted it. I don't know how. I have to rebuild it, and I'm about halfway through. So I'll be doing that. Um, Croatian, if you say a sentence, there will be snow in a regional dialect. It straight up sounds like, oh no! I mean, there's a Japanese word that you should not say without context as well. And there's many words like that, which is one of the reasons I do love language, but also be careful. All right, I'll see you in 30 minutes. Good luck. Last moments. There's a sudden influx of noise. My washer just started, and there's potato machines coming by. I'm so sorry. Welcome back. How did it go? That was it for today. We made it. How are we feeling? I got further than I thought I would. I'm at 110 now, so only about 40 to go, which is great. I can finish this up. Not today. I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna do anything anymore. I'm gonna make tea and rest a little bit after stream. We're gonna chat a little bit more. Don't worry, and get candles. I'm out of candles, and if there's one thing I kind of need, it's candles in the evening. I make sure it's cozy in the morning, and in the evening I have a certain amount of candles that I light, because I feel like that's kind of triggering a very uh, ancient thing in your brain, and it's comforting to me. I don't know. I've always done that, so I really do. I don't want to. I don't want to. I really don't. It's. I kind of want to sleep, but this is one of those things where it's a self care part. It sounds silly because candles, but it's important to me. It's a vital part of my mental health care. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I can do it. It's like 10 minutes. I'll be back before I even realize I've been out. But it's annoying. I wanna stay inside. So, how did it go for you? I was reminded of several titles in the submission jar that I completely forgot, but they're so funny. But also a few where I'm like, wait, what? Why would I add the third book in a series, but I don't remember, and I don't have the information anymore, and that's really it's a bit frustrating, but we'll get through it. We'll survive. It's gonna be okay. Somebody said something earlier about what cats are thinking when they stare off into the void. It just occurred to me, maybe they're just clearing their. That is a good possibility. Yes, I believe that. But I think Tooth is just not. She always looks like that. She looks like she's always on catnip, with her huge pupils and just stare without blinking. Crazy, crazy cat. Okay. No, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. When it comes to book club, I am going to make a little video about that where I explain everything. I realize that it's probably really handy to be able to just give people the link to a video where I just lay it all out. But oh wait, that brings me to a question. How do I set up like one of those documents that people can add to for that? So if people are only looking at my YouTube channel, that they can also kind of participate in a way by submitting books. Uh, I I don't know who I follow who has that as well. Oh, Dylan is in trouble. I think it's Dylan is in trouble for the trailers that he does. Yeah, but how does it work? I've never done that. Because the thing is, I'm kind of afraid that you can go into my other documents. Should I just set up I should probably just set up a different account for that, I guess. Just his facial expressions would make cool stencil art around anything. Isn't it stupid the way she looks? She's gone. I feel like she just leaves this dimension when I give her specs. And I didn't know that she pulled those faces until I put this mirror here, because Winston knocked it over, so I can't hang it up anymore, and I didn't know where to put it, so it ended up here because it felt like the safest place. I really didn't know where to put it. And ever since the mirror is here, I can see it myself. I thought it was funny before, the way she just really lays into it. But now I can see the faces. I'm like, oh my God, dude, what is this? What is wrong with you? I mean, you do you, but also, what is this? What? I still don't get it. I don't get it. Not every cat that likes that, so please don't try it. And if you do, maybe wear some heavy duty gloves or something and like a Kevlar vest. Ox, I was just talking about you. I lost my submission Excel sheet where all the book club submissions are in, but guess whose submissions I recognize and can still give the name to? Guess who is it? Whose books I recognize? Because I don't know anymore. I don't have the queue. I lost all the information. I only have my Goodreads list now, and I'm working through it. But the only, well, not the only one, but honestly, you're kind of an exception because no one makes submissions the way you do. So good for you. Congratulations. Pretty much everyone else has to wait until their book gets pulled, so until I can put their names with the correct submission. But yeah, I came across Unhinged and Squeak, and Get in My Swamp. All three of those have already been put back into. Hold on, let me save because I forgot. I got till the book 70. Until I realized I'm not saving. I haven't saved it the entire time. So now it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, does that give Swamp a higher chance? Honestly, I'm surprised it hasn't been pulled yet. I feel like that book should have been pulled long ago. It has such energy around it. There needs to be a special place for Ox's suggestion. Oxbox. I love that, Wisdom. I love that. We missed the coffee pot. What do you mean? Coffee pot? What? Oh no, am I missing something? Could be. It's very possible. um. Yeah, I really forgot most of the books that are in there. A few that I'm kind of ashamed of, like The Hobbit, because I haven't read that yet, which is really. Don't be mean, please. I did read the entire Lord of the Rings, but I haven't read The Hobbit yet. The Goonies? Oh, no, it's over here. It's over here. I'm just hiding it. It's over here. But, I have a cat who likes to be spanked, so I had to make some more room because I just haven't figured out how to otherwise make more room. I don't have room for more or another desk. This isn't a desk, actually. So it's a churn. I want a churn. I would love to have a churn. It was brass with a long handle. What? Wait, have I I mean, I have a weird brain, so I do forget important things and retain things that have no use. But what? Do you mean the box that is over there? Over here? It's not this thing. This is an herb grinder. My little kitty. What? Ox, are you okay? You mean the box? I think you mean the box, which is just a garden. But that was always temporary. I had been looking for a jar because I think it's cuter, and this now holds like cables. I think I have about before the box. Oh my God, my brain isn't braining today. I'm so sorry. I don't remember. Maybe we're both going crazy. Maybe it's fully at the, but like on opposite ends of the spectrum. Could be. Sounds like a cooking device. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Ox is talking about. How are you doing, Ox? Have you been good? Have you been behaving? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm starting to panic quietly. Like, wait, what? What did my brain delete? It's probably going to come to mind somewhere around midnight when I'm desperately trying to sleep. It usually does. It's also sunny suddenly. Why does it always get sunny when I really have to go outside? It's been cloudy all morning, and now ruined. Oh, I hate that, wisdom. The Nelson Mandela effect. That is also kind of part of The Quiet Room. One of the books that I'm currently reading. Like, I can't get over that Britney Spears didn't have one of those thingies. How is that possible? And why? Since when does the Monopoly Man not have a monocle? What? It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. I read Lord of the Rings before I read The Hobbit, and at the end of what? There was a note about it. You would like to read more than about hobbits. You should read The Hobbit, so I did. Oh, I do want to read it, Blue. I just never got around to it. So now it's in book club, and I'll just say that it's probably gonna take book club for me to pick that. There's so many books I want to read, so many. And I listened to Diary of a CEO last week, the week before maybe, doesn't matter. And they were talking about how we might be the generation that has the possibility to become immortal. And I have mixed feelings about that. Because I think it would kind of miss the point of life, but on the other hand, maybe it would give you more time to appreciate life, because I feel like maybe we don't have enough time of it to truly understand how precious it is that we're alive. But it would give me the time to read all the books that are in existence, right? I don't know. I thought so. That you were busy. Stress. Don't be stressing. What's stressing you out? Who's stressing you out? Don't let them. A chocolate melting pot? Oh! No, you're not. We're not going insane. No one is going insane. Let me see if I can reach it. Oh. Almost. Yes. I've got it. Jeez, you're talking about this one. It's an antique. It was a present from one of the regulars of the store that I used to help out at. Testing a drug, not human trials yet, but working on rats. Could see it's live up to 250 years. Oh, wow. See, like, the things I experience in a year. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I don't know, man. It's so chaotic. I don't know if I could deal. You know what I mean? Why did you bring it up, though? What? It's real. You're not insane. It's real. It exists. This was gifted to me by gifted is maybe not the right word, because it's not like thrown. It's just where the store I helped out at, one of the regulars, I came across him on my way to the grocery store, and he was like, "You haven't seen my collection yet, so do you want to see my collection?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then he gifted me this. It's an antique chocolate maker, exactly like Oxat. And I don't use it for that. It used to hold the submissions, the book club submissions. And now it's just being pretty. But yeah, I don't know why it looks like this, actually. I'm not even sure he was right, because something tells me it's not Western. But what do I know? I know nothing. Oh, Return of the King. I am so stupid. Yes, that makes sense, Blue. Sorry. For suggestions, won't delete them if they are in there. Oh, but that would be... I wouldn't be able to deal with that. That would upset me. I needed to be away. So luckily, I do keep lists on Goodreads, two of them actually. So if one of my accounts were to be deleted for some reason, I have a personal Goodreads and there's a cherrypies Goodreads, and in both of them, I do have all the submissions, um, just not the rejected ones. And it sucks that I don't have that information anymore, because if you submitted something and it was rejected, I did keep track of why, and now I can't explain anymore, which is a bit stupid. And I also don't know who submitted it. I'll have to wait until it gets pulled, because it is on the post-it. It's on the post-it itself who submitted it. But if someone else submitted it and I had to add their name to the Excel sheet instead of making a new note, because I don't add books double if it's already in there, you know, I lost just. I care about that information a lot. I don't know, but it's my own fault. But I'm glad in a way that this is something I could do today, because my brain isn't braining. My brain really isn't braining, and this was just a perfect little little task to do. Yeah, Garfield, that's what I'm thinking. If I didn't love potatoes so much, I would hate those machines coming by. They're so loud. I thought the same, Garfield, but you know, I don't know. It's not my job. I just think it's pretty and interesting. Yeah. No, my washer is going to be very loud. Oh, I just submitted that in the Excel sheet. How is it going with that? Ox? Turkish riot trumpet? What are you what I did think Turkish coffee. That's very. They do it with sand, right? Heating it up. The coffee. I saw a video of that once. It looks very interesting. I would like to taste it, but I'm pretty sure I'll never make it over there. I don't think I can travel that far. Oh, it's over here. Let me see. Wait, did you submit that? It's to book club as well, Ox. It tastes like ashtray. Is it an acquired taste? Like, well, coffee, really. It just looks interesting. I wanna try it one day. Possibly the first one. Okay. I have been I've been warned. Hmm. Nah, I'm not gonna finish this tonight. I was considering another one. What is happening? Two. Okay, whatever. Blows into the middle of Middle Eastern coffee pot and accidentally summons the Janissary. Please don't. Please don't. Oh shoot, no. I gotta go. I'm sorry. This is very sudden, but I thought it was just a mini flare up. But I'm afraid that my uterus is acting up. Um, I'm gonna be reading. I'm gonna be reading The Quiet Room tomorrow. I already started it, but I have also. Oh shoot! I just remembered that I didn't post my reading notes on Patreon. It should be on my to-do list though. Yeah. Anyway, I'll be reading this tomorrow. If you would like to join me with a book, I would love that. You could read a book club book or anything you like, or just hang out and chill. Because in case you didn't know, I'm really grateful that you're here. So, oh god dang it. No, it's really hurting. Okay, I love you. Please remember to drink water. Let's take a sip. Oh dear Lord. No, never mind. Look at the schedule to see what it means to you if I say I'll be back tomorrow. Probably with a hot water bottle. Uh, Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.